Well, hello everybody, welcome back to another reaction video! Man, we are getting there, We literally have this song, which is Futuristic Empathy featuring NF. And then we move on to Green Lights. That's right, we're gonna check out Green Lights before we move on. But after that, we are jumping straight up that mountain and we have got outro and intro free. The big one, the song you guys have hyped up since the second I discovered NF. Since the first song I checked out the search, and the second that song hit my ears, you guys were like, wait till you hear intro free. You wait till you hear intro free. Make sure you listen to the outro first, but wait till you hear intro free. Well, we are 2 songs away from that. 2 songs away from the big one. The big one! And I can't wait. I don't know if I'm ready. I'm probably not. I don't think anything's going to prepare me for this. But man, it is coming. Anyway, enough of my waffling bollocks. Hit that like button, subscribe for more videos, and join me on the amazing musical journey that is NF. And without further ado, let's jump into NF Futuristic Empathy. I feel like it's important to point out, I have no idea who Futuristic is.
I had an epiphany, I was repeating history. I was doing everything I hated, a weight on my shoulders, I let it all get to me. I had an epiphany, I just smiled at my enemies. I was listening to everybody who was talking but never did shit for me. Yeah, I had an epiphany, I was looking at everybody else that's up in the industry, they ain't as sick as me.
I feel like I've heard this guy's voice before. Has he done like a bigger song, or is this his biggest song? I just recognize his sound. Also, the music video immediately opening, the change-ups and the camera work is very well. It's done very well. It's a very nicely shot music video.
I had an epiphany. I was looking at everybody else that's up in the industry. They ain't as sick as me.
There's our boy Nate.
I had an epiphany.
Hoodie and baseball cap.
Somebody that never had no good intentions for me. Now she missing me. Yeah. Now she missing me. Moral of the story is nobody did it for me. Had to make a change. I was living in the city with no scene. I had a dream. I had to make a lane. Always knew that I couldn't live off a minimum wage, ripping the pay stub. Damn.
All right. Damn. All right. Futuristic. I thought he was going to keep that sort of slow, nice, quivery style that he was going for, but the man changed it up. Also, I'm guessing the way they shot the music video was they basically had Futuristic go through all the actions once, then Nate went through the actions again, and then they did the zoom-ins to cut out like that, and it's shot very nicely. It's very nice. It's a very nicely done music video.
Moral of the story is nobody did it for me, had to make a change. I was living in the city with no scene, I had a dream, I had to make a lane. Always knew that I couldn't live off a minimum wage, ripping the pay stub. I had a minimal taste for all the fame stuff, but I got into the game without a cent to my name, and now I'm balling like I'm in the NBA, bruh. And I know I got a lot, but I'm not content.
One of the things I say whenever I see Nate on a feature track with anybody, whether they're featuring on Nate's track or Nate's featuring on their track, whenever I say that, I always say it's a tough person to feature with. Nate is, in my eyes, one of the most insane, quickest, and clearest lyricists in the game ever. He is insanely talented. So to have the balls to go on a track with him is impressive. Which is why usually you only get people like Tech9 and I'm presuming Hopsin, who I haven't heard that song yet, but I'm looking forward to checking it out, that go on tracks with Nate because they're the ones who can match that kind of flow. And what I'll say about Futuristic, which is where Marty didn't quite live up to the expectations in grinding. I love that song, but Marty did slow down the beat a lot and didn't match the speed and the aggression that Nate was bringing to that track. Is Futuristic. Futuristic immediately sounds like someone who is gonna sit on this nicely. I'm getting that from Futuristic. I reckon he's gonna match Nate quite nicely on this, and I'm already feeling it now.
NBA, bruh, and I know I got a lot, but I'm not content. If they ask me to stop, I will not consent. Never let nobody block, it's my shot to miss. You can meet me at the top if you hop the fence, and you climb the stairs, and you fight the beast, and you lose your way, then you find your peace, and you do it sober, then you find a drink, then you spiral down, and it all repeats. And I always had a vision, I could get it, so I did it by my lonely. I don't owe nobody nothing, never let nobody own me. Got some money from the music, and I spend it on the homies, but don't put nothing before me. Gave a whip to Lil Brody, and I'm only getting started.
That bar was insane. That not only is this guy's voice so insanely nice, I'm loving his voice already. He's got such a great voice, but the guy can spit. The guy is a dragon in human form. The guy can spit.
And I always had a vision, I could get it, so I did it by my lonely. I don't owe nobody nothing, never let nobody own me. Got some money from the music, and I spend it on the homies, but don't put nothing before me. Gave a whip to Lil Brody, and I'm only getting started.
And also, instant respect. Got some money, but I spent it on the homies. Exactly like Nate. Exactly like Nate. Nate's always talking about how people want to spend the time at parties and that sort of stuff, how he'd rather spend it with his fans and his family, and how any penny he gets, he stays broke, and that money immediately goes to people who need it more than he thinks he needs it himself. The guy was broke for his first 2 albums and spent any penny he got on other people and turned down money that would have changed his life because he didn't think it represented his own brand. You only listen to Real to understand that. And yeah, I'm feeling like I can see why there's a relationship between Nate and this guy. It seems like they've got a lot of the same morals, and it's awesome.
Got some money from the music and I spend it on the homies, but don't put nothing.
This is really good.
To Lil Brody and I'm only getting started. And I'm meeting with the people that I starve with. And my batteries, I had to recharge them. I made an album, but that shit was garbage. Yo, I was trapped in a gimmick. I finally get it. I'm here to make music that matters. If I die, it'll all be alright, cause the message I gave you will live for me after. And my chapter will highlight a lifetime of energy gave through a bright mind. How you never had to stand on the sideline. How you the guide to your own guidelines. That's an epiphany. I had an epiphany, yeah.
The guy can sing too. The guy can sing too. I'm really impressed with what I'm hearing from Futuristic. I am really, really impressed. This guy is very talented. I literally thought I was going to hit play on another feature track where Nate steals the entire track, and I'm just sitting there like, well, the guy, he was alright. But no, Futuristic has literally come in, opened it so well. The guy, I am so impressed. I am so impressed. Half the time when I listen to the features, I'm not going to lie, I'm sitting there waiting for Nate's verse. But I'm sucked in, I'm invested, and I'm enjoying what I'm hearing. And the guy can sing too. I got to hear more from Futuristic. I am really impressed.
An epiphany. I had an epiphany, yeah.
Insane flow, great voice.
That's an epiphany.
Music video's done so nicely.
I had an epiphany, yeah. I had an epiphany that I could make history, that I could prove everyone wrong that told me.
When you hear his voice, do you not just get goosebumps, man? He comes in with that grungy, deep, fucking, I swore, I really apologize, but heavy Nate voice. We gotta hear that again,
I had an epiphany, yeah.
This is done so well.
I had an epiphany that I could make history, that I could prove everyone wrong that told me I wasn't cut out for this music thing. Yeah, I had an epiphany. What if I took my energy and use it on positive things in my life instead of the people that lie to me, huh? Yeah, I had an epiphany that I could put all of my hurt into music and use it for people that might feel the same as me. Yeah, I had an epiphany. What if everyone knew my depression was worse than they thought? They probably gonna look at me differently.
This is an awesome track. This is an awesome track. This is done so well. Obviously, Nate's not coming in going crazy fast and hard like we're so used to, but his voice and the style and everything he's talking about is still so important, and it's hitting just as hard as it would if he was speeding it up 3 times. This is such a good track. Such a good track.
Got me going back when I was a stupid kid, thinking maybe I can make it in the music biz, and then I figured out the politics and realized that half of y'all don't even know what music is. Ain't going nowhere, I told them to get used to me. Feels like I'm living in a movie scene, a bunch of people trying to tell me how to act and breathe. One thing I never let nobody ever do is tell me who to be. I never got into the party scene, maybe I was just scared to drink, cause addiction, it runs in my family, that's someone I was scared to be. Y'all looking pitiful compared to me, since I can barely read.
One thing I've always been with you guys is honest. I've always been honest with you guys from day one. And that line he just said, I'm not going to give you any more. I don't want to. I feel like there's stories that are old and should be forgotten. But all I'll say is that line, and I'll repeat it, I'll rewind it, but that line is me. Is me. 100% that line is me.
Maybe I was just scared to drink, cause addiction, it runs in my family, that's someone I was scared to be. Y'all looking pitiful compared to me, since I can barely read. All I wanted was somebody I could trust, that I knew would keep it real with me. Rap's always been a mirror for me. That's when I figured out that maybe I'm the one that's gotta make it on my own. Yeah, it's clear to see. A lot of people thinking what I'm doing is a gimmick. Everything you hear me writing, I've been living. I ain't quitting, sending money to my family, trying to show them that I miss them, and I cherish every moment when I'm home, when I'm with them. And it's just the way that I feel. In the industry of fakes, trying to stay real. In the industry of lames, trying to get deals. Lord knows I'ma get it, that sneak mill.
One thing I'll say about Nate, and I heard this when he did the song with Tech Trust. When you listen to him, I swear the guy doesn't breathe. I swear the guy has either lungs that fill up his entire body, or he has just trained himself to not breathe. The guy can spit bars straight for a minute and not take a single pause in between lines. I've tried copying him on tracks because I love learning these songs off by heart, and there's bits where I literally, if I keep going, I'm gonna pass out. The guy is an alien. He's insane.
Yeah, I lay in my
my bed at night thinking there's gotta be more to me. I'm trying to pay off the mortgage and live the life of the people I love in the midst of it. I've always thought that if I learn from mistakes that I make, even losses are victories. That's when it starts hitting me. If you set your mind to it, you can do anything. That's an epiphany. That's an epiphany, yeah.
Ah, man, his voice!
I had an epiphany.
These two!
I had an epiphany, yeah.
What a good song! What a good song! Futuristic, man! The guy held his own so well! What a track! What a track! I'm so glad that's on the journey. And also, the lyrics are so important just to show you where he's come from, what he's talking about. He talks about the mortgage in his bars. I know I didn't point out time, I didn't want to pause. But it's so... And not getting into the party scene, done, you know, because of addiction, he was scared and that sort of thing. It's like... I'm so blown away. I am blown away by that song. That song was amazing. That song was so good. I am really impressed. Futuristic is the first feature that has come into this. Obviously not including tech, but that song was literally just 4 minutes straight of people spitting bars that I've never heard. Tech song and NF song might be one of the best displays of lyricism I have ever heard, and lyrical talent when it comes to getting behind that mic and showing what kind of rapping skill you have. If you want to show anybody what modern rap should be, that is the song you show them. You go, right, I'll give you a year. You try and spit every single word in this 4-minute song, the same flow, the same speed, with the same succession that they do. Try it. And you never would. It's so talented. I've listened to that song so many times back to back, and I cannot tell you how many times I listen to it, and I literally go, how do they do that verse? It's like a magic trick. I can't work it out. And, but yeah, other than that, when Nate's on a feature track or anything like that, I'm always like, you know, it was alright. It's a whatever. But that, Futuristic and Nate, perfect duo. They can both sing a little bit. Well, obviously, when I'm saying sing a little bit, we know Nate has got insane vocals on him. The guy can sing fantastically. But Futuristic didn't show off much of his singing voice. I just know the guy can hold a note. So I don't know what he can actually sing like. But what I will say is, if he can sing like I think he can from this, then Futuristic's got a fantastic voice too. Because, but what I mean is from this, you both got the singing, you both got the rapping. They both sped up and slowed down. They changed the pitch to match the tempo. They were absolutely brilliant. This was such a cleverly constructed, produced, and well-made track. This really worked. It's so rare that, like, I can't imagine any other feature, right? Where, like, Futuristic opens. Obviously, it's his song and Nate's featuring it. I can't imagine it where Futuristic opens and I'm sitting there and I'm not waiting for Nate. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but what I mean is that's all I'm waiting for. That's all I clicked on the song for. I'm waiting for Nate. But Futuristic sucked me in and I was enjoying what I was hearing. So I wasn't just like, I can't wait for this guy to finish so Nate can get into it. I was like, I'm actually enjoying this. Does that make sense? Do I sound crazy? Maybe a little bit. I really enjoyed that. That was a fantastic song. Man! We got Green Lights coming up next. You guys been talking about that one from day one as well. That's another song you guys been hyping up. Green Lights, and then we move on to outro. Man. We are just getting started on this journey. If you're watching this video and you haven't subscribed, you've made it this far in, well, man, you are like 40 minutes into this video. You may as well hit subscribe and support my tiny little channel. Every time you guys hit subscribe, it gets a little bit bigger, every single time. Anyway, I love each and every one of you. Thank you so much for your support, your love. You're just being awesome. Don't ever change, you amazing people. As always, you! Woo! We'll see me in the next video.